All right, we're back here in the BGP Lounge with our special guest segment, and we have uh, with us a special guest from To the Top Talk. I think I've got that right, and we're really grateful to have somebody from the other side to teach us a little something. And of course, this segment is sponsored by Mountaineer Mania, 497 West King Street, Boone, North Carolina. I know for a fact a ton of you were in Mountaineer Mania this past weekend because I saw you. I took a visit to Mountaineer Mania myself, and there were a whole bunch of folks buying these authentic Nike authentic team jerseys, kid and youth Nike jerseys in stock. They have the gold, the white with the sleeve stripes, and the black with the sleeve stripes. Great looking jerseys, very very high quality. I put my hands on them myself. Also, a huge selection of game day bibs, which if you're a student listening to this, I don't know why you don't have bibs already. Largest selection, lowest price in town. And of course, any purchase that you make at Mountaineer Mania, a portion of those proceeds go back to support Mountaineer Athletics. It is a very awesome place to go buy your merch Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. Check them out on Instagram and on Facebook, and check out their website at let's see here. I looked up the wrong one here. mtnmania.com, and you can order some of those jerseys if you want to. And we're very grateful that they sponsor the show in the special guest segment with our special guest this week, Ryan Worsham. Sir, thank you for joining us this evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Are we live from Hattiesburg right now? Is that where you live?
I actually live on the Mississippi coast, so about an hour 15 south.
Mississippi coast. Very good. How's the weather down there this time of year?
It's actually perfect right now. It's low 80s, which is very uncharacteristic.
Meaning, is it usually colder?
So it's cool.
It's usually low 90s, humid. It feels nice.
A little sarcasm there.
Yeah.
Southern Mississippi. I figured it probably doesn't get too cool in mid-September, but good for you. A little reprieve, I guess. So, hey, thanks so much for your time here. We use this segment during football season to try to learn a little bit about who we're facing. I know you're a huge fan. You said that you grew up in a Southern Miss household and a fan of all the sports, and we love, especially talking to peer schools, fellow G5, G6, G7, whatever we are now, schools of programs that's their alma mater, their household programs that they support, all of them, not just the football team or not just the baseball team. So we're kindred spirits in that regard. Yeah. But yeah, tell us a little bit about this team. We do know a little bit about Charles Huff, but tell us a little bit about this year, Charles Huff, and what you think about the Golden Eagles so far.
Yeah. If this was 2 weeks ago, I would have zero answers for you.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, we brought in, I think it was 54 transfers. 21 of them came with Huff from Marshall. Huff is very Saban-like in the fact that he doesn't allow media to really watch practices or anything like that. So we really didn't have a good idea of what was going to step on the field outside of Braylon Braxton, who we saw last year with Marshall, and some of the key players. But yeah, last 2 weeks, we kind of knew it was going to be a tough road with Mississippi State. And then we kind of knew it was going to be a little bit easier battle with Jackson State. And so, I think we're really going to see what we're made of this coming weekend.
So tell us a little bit about that matchup. I mean, is Mississippi State not coming to Hattiesburg? Is that not like a huge deal? Is that not like yeah. Was it rocking? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah. No, it was a massive deal. I think if the game was at 7 o'clock at night, it would have been a pure sellout. We ended up with about 33,000 fans there. Even if we're an 11 o'clock kickoff, it was rocking.
It was an 11 o'clock kickoff?
Yeah. We hopped on right after College Game Day on the main channel, right after Lee Corsos and all.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. And so tell us a little bit about how that game went.
So it was a great first half. It was 13-10 at halftime. We even had a couple of chances. We intercepted the ball at their 30 with a chance to take the lead. Weren't able to do it. Felt good first half, and second half, really third quarter struggled offensively to get the ball moving, and their depth kind of took over. I think the final score was like 38-17. But going away, I mean, especially with the way last season went, we were pretty encouraged with how we competed first half with who we thought was a much better Mississippi State team, and they kind of proved that this past weekend versus Arizona State.
So Ryan, how does Mississippi State play at Southern Miss? What were the circumstances surrounding that?
So I believe they signed a 2-1 deal, or maybe even this time it was a 2-2 deal, because I believe they're coming back in 2030. It was a deal where we go a couple times to their place and they return the favor.
So just straight up 2 for 2, no money exchanged.
I don't believe so.
It's kind of nice, isn't it, AJ?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. We got a lot of cowards up here our way that won't take that. And actually, when North Carolina signed the 2-for-1 deal, brother, we about fell over dead. We couldn't believe that they agreed to do it. What was hilarious, just side note for you, they signed this 2-for-1 deal while Larry Fedora was still the head coach at University of North Carolina, and Mac Brown was going off doing speaking engagements for Appalachian State, and then he gets the job at North Carolina again, and he comes in, he's like, I tell you, I wouldn't have signed that deal. I wouldn't have signed to play at Appalachian. That's crazy. But yeah, that in-state stuff, the in-state matchups, there's just something about it, man. I'm sure there was a little extra juice for you that day. I'm sure it had to have been.
We love it. The other school up north won't do us a favor. Ole Miss, which they're on a high right now. So I don't know if we want it right now, but yeah, we had back-to-back in-state. Jackson State is a Mississippi school as well, so kind of had that juice back-to-back.
Actually, when I was looking at y'all's schedule, I realized like that the toughest road trip y'all have all year is just to Georgia Southern. Is that right? Like outside of going to Georgia Southern, you're pretty tight in there with just going to Arkansas State and Louisiana. I mean, it's you don't really have to go too far.
No. I mean, Louisiana Tech played LSU well this past weekend, so that might be a little bit tougher than we thought had a season. But yeah, Georgia Southern, probably Louisiana, I'd say is our two toughest road games.
In the state of Mississippi, because you mentioned that school up north, I think every school has like their and fan base has their biases and their like the stereotypes. Okay, so like for us, the flagship, North Carolina, we see them as a whole, not every single person, but as a whole, they're seen as like the snooty basketball school they're too pretentious to like be a down and gritty like football school. They don't tailgate. They have the wine and the cheese and the whatever. NC State, they have their cows and their bricks and their engineering school and their vet school and whatever else. Duke, they're same thing except at Chapel Hill, except worse, but maybe not worse. What's the deal with with Mississippi State coming into Southern Miss? Like, what's the stereotype of how Mississippi State is seen in the state of Mississippi? Yeah,
Mississippi State's definitely the agricultural school. They toss out a ton of engineers. Starkville is basically a cow pasture. And Ole Miss is the lawyer doctor university, I'd say, for the state. So those are definitely seen as the preppy rich types.
And is that the fan base you dislike the most?
Oh yeah. If we had a 4-for-1, it's most Southern Miss fans would probably say Mississippi State.
Really?
Okay. But not by a lot. Just like on certain days, right? Yeah. Just when it's convenient.
Yeah.
So who are the schools at Mississippi State? Because we're not as familiar with Western schools, right?
Yeah.
What are the schools that Mississippi State? What axes do you have to grind against? What schools?
I mean, outside of our conference,
we could be within conference. That's fine. I mean, just what are the rivalries? What are the ones you got a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, definitely Mississippi State, Ole Miss. They paint us as the little brother.
Yeah.
We have to deal with that on a daily basis at work. Louisiana Tech, we can't stand for years of being in Conference USA with them and competing with them for a championship spot. Louisiana has turned into a really big rivalry, especially baseball. Last year was the first year they've beaten us in football, and since I've been alive, like over 30 years,
Oh wow.
with as bad as we've been. So, yeah, I mean, hopping into the Sun Belt was awesome for us because we were able to get a lot more of those regional games. I'd say Louisiana is definitely more of a rival than, say, South Alabama or Troy, though.
So we really liked on our side adding Marshall and James Madison, Old Dominion, like whatever,
Yeah.
fine. Southern Miss though adds a little bit of brand gravitas, so I thought that was nice. If you're going to go to 14, it was great to have a name of a program that cares, and a fan base that cares about their sports. How has the experience been for you in Southern Miss fans? It seems, from our perspective, that it was pretty universal. Like, yeah, see a Conference USA, and that's interesting because it wasn't too long before that it seemed like Conference USA were always kind of looking down at the Sun Belt. It was just an interesting turn of events.
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, members of Conference USA, I mean, we had Houston, Cincinnati, UCF, SMU were all teams that we played on a year. Memphis, Tulane, we all play those types of games on a yearly basis. So when a lot of those schools left and saw more success, and we kind of felt like we were left holding the bag. Southern Miss fans were ready for a move. The Sun Belt was a great fit. Like I said, regional rivalries. Other schools that have the same makeup as we do, where we're a smaller school than, say, Mississippi State or Ole Miss, but our fans are passionate about Southern Miss. We don't. Most of our fans aren't. Yeah, I'm a Southern Miss fan when Ole Miss or State isn't playing. No, they're true Southern Miss fans, and we saw that a lot with other schools around the Sun Belt.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you that Texas State is leaving?
Probably 5. My sister lives in San Antonio, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right.
It ain't that big a deal.
All right, so
yeah,
on the other
all the
scale, adding Louisiana Tech.
So I was enjoying them still being in Conference USA. I'm not gonna lie, but it will add another little extra juice.
What was your initial? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think it's if you're going to lose one, you got to replace one? Is that a good move?
I mean, I'd probably rather. I can actually go to those games. I know people that go there, so I'd probably rather them than Texas State. But I was hoping for maybe like an East Carolina type.
Oh yeah.
So were people in the West, like, and I know Southern Miss hasn't been around forever, and like, in the Sun Belt, but you're kind of new, and we're not new anymore because so many schools have come into the Sun Belt since we've, come around. But like, was that the idea of a lot of the people in the West, like kind of like an East Carolina versus someone else?
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, it was easy for Southern Miss fans because East Carolina used to be in Conference USA with us, so we had that big rivalry. Baseball is big at Southern Miss, and they have a great baseball program, so stuff like that. But I don't know. For most schools in the West, they're probably happy with Louisiana Tech. They're a pretty quality program in all sports, and most teams over here can drive to those games.
I need to know the stereotype of the Louisiana Tech people because we got the Oxford, got the Star.
Louisiana Tech's the community college of Louisiana.
Whoa. All right. So wait a minute. If Louisiana Tech is the community college of Louisiana, then what is UL Monroe?
There you go.
Oh, that's a great question. I've been to UL Monroe one time, and I do not plan on going back.
Community college above or below? I mean, what are we talking about?
They're a little bit. They're lower than La Tech.
Okay.
I think there's some elementary school athletics programs with bigger budgets than Monroe at this point.
Yeah, God bless them. Yeah.
You said Monroe though. Is that how you say it? Monroe?
Yeah, Monroe.
Okay. I think we've been saying it wrong. We've been saying Monroe.
Well,
like James Monroe or Monroe, North Carolina.
Who knows?
Monroe. There you go.
Does everybody down there say Monroe?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, we've had the Warhawk Report on before, and
Dusty, yeah.
I can't remember. Did he say
Can't remember
Monroe?
I can't remember either. I don't know. He was hilarious. I remember that was like he. I'll tell you what, it takes a special character to be a diehard Warhawk fan, and he certainly is. Yeah, I don't know. But Monroe. It's kind of like when you learn how to say San Marcos instead of San Marcos.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just you're learning new things every day. This also shows how little we know of the West. I think. I think that's what it really shows. So Ryan, tell us about this football team. What are they good at?
So I mean, through our first 2 games, I've been pretty pleased with our defense, the defensive side of the ball. They attack. They're way more physical, a lot better size than what we've had the last 3 or 4 years. They have been susceptible to a couple of big plays here and there. For the most part, I mean, you take the first half versus Mississippi State. I mean, they end up with 13 points at halftime, and it was because of how physical we kept things in front. They beat us on one big play on a play action, but outside of that, when they can keep it in front of them and when they can tackle, they've been successful. As far as the offense goes, so far they've been inconsistent. I mean, you got an absolute stud in Braylon Braxton at quarterback, and they've been able to move the ball pretty consistently, but getting the ball in the end zone has not been consistent. So moving forward, yeah, that's definitely going to be what I'm looking for this weekend.
What's been I mean, obviously Charles Huff is down there. Is this like a wholesale coaching staff change? Like what have been the total changes with Coach Huff?
Yeah, there's not a single staff member that I know of this kept over from Will Hall. He brought his defensive coordinator Jason Seymour with him from Marshall, and then he hired Blake Anderson, former Arkansas State head coach.
Oh wow, okay, yeah,
State head coach, as his offensive coordinator, and it's kind of a return for Blake. He was actually the offensive coordinator under Larry Fedora when he was here at Southern Miss.
Oh, you know what? I think I'd heard that factoid before. That's interesting. So what are you enjoying? I mean, it's so early because we get a lot of questions about from I know Charles does, but if I have people that aren't necessarily diehard at people, they'll ask me what's different about this team, what's new, or whatever. Well, the sample size is so small, right? I mean, it's hard to say, but compared to Will Hall, and I don't know about Coach Hall a whole lot. What have been the contrast between how that program was run versus now?
I mean, it's pretty night and day, if I'm honest with you. Now, just about any Southern Miss fan will tell you that they loved Will Hall outside of the fact that he didn't win ball games. He was extremely accessible, extremely friendly. Everything that came out of his mouth was quality, and most people would have been all about, but he just didn't get the job done on game day. Charles Huff is all business. He makes sure that we know that he runs his program in a Saban-like manner. Extremely disciplined, extremely oriented in a way that they're focused on themselves as opposed to the opponents, and they're improving on a daily basis.
What do you prefer?
I mean, I love if Will Hall would have won games, I would have absolutely loved. You could have built a statue. But from what I've seen so far in the first 2 games, like you said, it's early to tell. But we're more physical. We're extremely more disciplined. And it just seems like the boys have a better head on their shoulders this year. So
help me understand is it less penalties? Like what's the discipline angle here?
It's less penalties. It's less showboating. It's less just chippy stuff. It's what they set a record for GPA this past semester. It's just all the little things you see in a game that might not necessarily appear on the stat sheet.
It's interesting.
What's the goal for Southern Miss this year? I mean, I know it's hard to say. It was hard to say for us 2 weeks ago. We don't have a big sample size, but we have something. So if you had to, jump off the ledge and stick to something, what were you sticking to?
Yeah, I'd say if Southern Miss could get back to a bowl game this year, fans would be thrilled. We think we're in a great situation with Braylon Braxton behind center. We think we have enough playmakers to win games, and we've seen that in the first 2 games. We're just a much better team than we were than we have been. Now, how good are we? We don't know yet. Like I said, first game was a tall stack against a very good state team, and you don't really know how good you are against an FCS opponent in week 2. So a lot of Southern Miss fans had this weekend circled for multiple reasons, and one being that this would be a good measuring stick of where we are.
Charles, this sounds very familiar.
There are a lot of familiar tunes here, talking about a lot of different things. Do you have any more insight on Charles Huff getting the Southern Miss outside of the Marshall just completely dropping the bag and not in a good way?
No, not really. All I can say is that we're extremely fortunate. I think it's a big opinion at Southern Miss that we have one of the best athletic directors in the country. I think his relationship with Charles Huff throughout the years had a part to play in it. But yeah, I mean, Marshall definitely dropped the bag, and we're happy for it.
So, I mean, obviously, I followed probably as much as the average Sunbelt, I guess, fan.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what was it specifically that caused that riff at Marshall? Do you know exactly?
What all I heard was just not him and administration not being aligned. Kind of what that means.
Well, that's happened to consecutive football coaches with Marshall. I mean, they couldn't get aligned with someone who'd done a lot of goodwill there, and West Virginia politics always seemed to get in the way for whatever reason. And so,
yeah,
you're talking about the guy who beat Notre Dame, right? Like
exactly.
The same week that Georgia Southern beat Nebraska, and we beat Texas A&M, and all that happened in 1 week, and they're gone. None of those coaches are there. I think. Well, Clay Helton's still
there. That's
still
right.
Statesboro for the time being, but
that's punishment in and of itself. Yeah.
So we'll check in on that later on this year, but
it's pretty crazy. All my state friends are, kind of compare what if like Kirby Smart left Georgia and went to Mississippi State. Like, I mean, it's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Wow,
that's interesting. I never thought about that. I don't think Kirby Smart played at Georgia. I mean, I don't see him coaching anywhere else. He's probably as safe as anybody can be.
Yeah.
But
it'd be like that Michael Jordan conspiracy, I think, where he was betting on football or something. It'd be pretty deep, I think.
Yeah, it'd be real bad.
Real bad. Yeah. So I guess it's just a tradition, I guess, at Marshall to fire coaches that go to bowl games and are competitive in conference, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Just disagree.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. So, very good. Charles, any other questions about the Southern Miss team before we go head to head?
No, Ryan. No, we appreciate. See, it's a 7 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock y'all's time. What time's the sun going down over there? Like, how long are we in the daylight, and how warm is it going to be? Things of that nature, because App has had some trouble in the past. It's gotten cooler here. Fall has hit. It's not going to hit that out west yet. But what do you know about that?
Yeah, I mean, it should be beautiful weather. Sun will probably set 7:30ish.
Okay.
Probably be low 80s once the sun goes down. It's going to be a nice day.
Is it still humid down there? Is what I want to know.
It's humid. It's not near as humid as it normally is.
Okay. Good
when
enough.
Does the humidity at some point? It's got to like tamper down a little bit. Like when does it usually stop?
Normally it's late October.
Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, and then it probably kicks back up in early April.
Yeah.
Early March.
Early March,
maybe January.
January. That'd be brutal. Holy cow. Well, hey, Ryan, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of an education. I think the last time we had a Mississippi State Southern Miss guest was 2018, and it was a beat writer who was nuts, and he actually, Charles, I don't know if you remember this. That was the game that the Hurricane got booted us off, so we never played the game, even though it was 500 miles away. And that guy, he quit mid-season to go work somewhere else.
Oh wow!
Do you remember that, Charles? Like he was a beat writer, but then like he left like soon after that.
Yeah, it was it was one of those deals where he went to like a power school or something, like maybe Auburn or
something like that.
Who knows? But yeah, that
very
was
eccentric. I just remember like, wow.
We really tried hard to play that game. I think there is a little thorn in the sides of App fans for that game not being played.
Yeah, do you have do you remember? I mean, you have to remember the canceled game at 18.
Yeah, I remember because I was looking forward to going. I actually made the trip a couple years ago to Boone.
Oh, really? So that was 21?
I think it was 2 years ago. So I think
2 years ago?
23.
Well, tell us about Boone. Tell us what you think about Boone. I mean, we got this far, and then we got, this is what our people want to hear. What's your impressions?
I loved it. It was beautiful. We went, me and a buddy went a couple of days early and did some hikes around Boone and enjoyed the town on game day. And yeah, everybody was great. And we had a great time.
I'm trying to think. I want to say that game was like late October, early November.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. The leaves were changing colors. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was, I'm looking this up now, October 28th. So I don't know why I remember this, but my boss was up there with his kids, and we were all sitting together, and the leaves were still hanging on the trees in the stadium. And it was rare because rarely in late October do the leaves hang around, but they did. And so it looked beautiful. So I do remember that game. And I think that was the game we were like down in the first half. We're like, oh, here we go again. And
it's the Billy
came
Wiles
back and won. Yep.
Yeah,
Billy Wiles game.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. There you go. Was that so Southern Miss didn't they hadn't won a game at that point, right?
I think we had won one versus like an FCS team, and we had just gotten blown out by like Jacksonville State or something, and we switched quarterbacks that day. Ended up being okay, but.
Yeah, because I remember in the first half we were losing, and everybody's looking around going like, what? This 1-6 Southern Miss team is like eating our lunch right now. Like, what is happening? And then we had a pretty thunderous second half. Anyway, memories of years past there. So
it's kind of crazy how similar App State is to Southern Miss. I mean, we both call our stadiums the Rock.
Yeah, the colors. Yeah.
Southern Miss has we're pretty blue collar in the way we go about things. And I think App State is pretty similar. So.
Well, and also you're a G5 like sports school, like a genuine sports school. You got a fan base that actually follows your programs and not just seasonal or passing like a lot of different directional schools. And that's always great to kind of share that with other fan bases and other programs. But there's a lot of similarities. You're absolutely right. A lot of bowl games in your history too. I know we haven't really been bowl eligible for about 10 years, right? Southern Miss, that's one of the teams that when you think about making we played Southern Miss in 14. It was our first year in the FBS, and we went down to Hattiesburg and lost. Charles, was that on an extra point? I think we lost by an extra point in 14.
Yeah, we lost 21-20.
Yeah. And that was a hard one.
I'll be completely okay with that this weekend. So.
Say what?
I'll be completely okay if that happens again this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure you will be. Yeah, but it's also, Ryan, it's also a measuring stick for us. You mentioned that fans are circling us. We're in the same boat. We played a bad Charlotte team and an FCS team. And we got things to work out, but like, let's play up here and see where we stand,
Yeah.
But yeah, very exciting all the same. So Ryan, thank you for your time. And if you hold on one second, I'll go ahead and wrap us up. For those that have listened this far, thank you so much for downloading this episode of the Black and Gold Podcast. And especially thank you to our sponsor, Boonshine Brewing Company. And until our post-game episode following this game against the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, go Apps.